In this video, I'm going to show you the best budget tablets you can get at every price range. No matter your budget, I will help you find the best pick for your needs. Let's go. First, we are going to take a look at the best options in the under $100 range. First, we have the Amazon Fire HD 8. For the money, this thing feels surprisingly durable and the battery life is fantastic, easily getting me through a full day of watching videos and browsing. The screen is decent enough for media consumption and the hexa-core processor is a nice little upgrade, but you are completely locked into Amazon's ecosystem, which means no Google Play Store without some workarounds. So while it performs better than the Vankyo, you're sacrificing app freedom for that marathon battery and seamless Amazon experience. Next, we have the Onen 8-inch Tablet Pro. This is the one to get if you absolutely need the full Android experience because it gives you the real Google Play Store right out of the box. It actually surprised me by having an octa-core processor and 3 GB of memory, making it feel noticeably quicker and better for multitasking than the Fire HD 8. The biggest catch is the battery, as it just can't compete with the Amazon tablet and will have you reaching for the charger much sooner. Finally, we have the Vankyo MatrixPad S8. This device gets you a tablet with the Google Play Store for a rock-bottom price, but I found the performance reflects that, with its quad-core processor feeling sluggish compared to both the ON and Fire tablets. You will see stutters and lag even in basic tasks, so setting your expectations low is key with this one. It's really only an option if every single dollar counts, and you need something for a single-use purpose like a digital cookbook, as it just doesn't have the power to be a good general use device. Next, we're going to take a look at the best options in the $100 to $200 range. First, we have the Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 Plus. I was immediately impressed by its big 11-inch screen that runs at a smooth 90 Hz, which makes scrolling through websites feel much nicer than on the Amazon Fire Max. For a budget tablet, the Snapdragon processor feels pretty snappy for multitasking and light gaming, and the quad speakers are surprisingly loud and clear for watching movies. The main trade-off is the all-plastic build, which doesn't feel as premium as the Amazon's metal body, but it does help keep the weight down. Next, we have the Lenovo Tab M11, and its killer feature is the included stylus right in the box, making it the best choice here for anyone who wants to take notes or doodle without spending extra. It matches the Samsung with its own 11-inch 90 Hz display and promises longer software support with updates planned through Android 15, which is a huge plus for longevity. However, the MediaTek processor inside feels a step behind the Galaxy Tab A9 Plus when you push it with several apps open, so it's more of a media and notes machine than a true multitasker. Finally, we have the Amazon Fire Max 11, and honestly, its aluminum body feels way more expensive than it is, putting the plastic builds of both the Samsung and Lenovo to shame. But this is where you have to make a huge decision because it runs Amazon's Fire operating system, meaning no Google Play Store without some workarounds, which is a deal breaker if you rely on Google's apps. The screen is very sharp for watching Prime Video, but it is locked at 60 Hz, so it lacks the smoothness of the other two, making this the best hardware with the most restrictive software. Next, we're going to take a look at the best options in the $200 to $300 range. First, we have the Amazon Fire HD 10 Plus. While its 10.1-inch full HD Plus screen is pretty sharp for watching Prime Video, you're really locked into Amazon's world with the restrictive Fire OS and its limited app store. Performance from the octa-core processor and 4 GB of RAM is fine for basic browsing, but it feels noticeably slower than the iPad, although it does surprise with wireless charging, which neither of the others have. The all-plastic build definitely feels budget-conscious, and the lock screen ads are annoying, but for a simple media device that's easy on the wallet, it's a solid, if compromised, choice. Next, we have the Apple iPad 9th Gen. Honestly, its A13 Bionic chip runs circles around the Amazon and Xiaomi tablets, offering a super smooth experience even in demanding apps, but you're stuck with a very dated design with huge bezels. The 10.2-inch Retina display is beautifully sharp and bright, and iPadOS gives you access to the best tablet apps hands down, though the base 64 GB of storage feels really small in this day and age. Even with its old-school Lightning port, the premium feel and raw power make it feel like the most capable tablet here, but you will have to find it on sale to sneak it into this budget category. Finally, we have the Xiaomi Redmi Pad SE. This one really impresses with its modern design and a big 11-inch screen that feels incredibly smooth thanks to its 90 Hz refresh rate, a feature you just don't get on the iPad or Fire tablet at this price. Its quad speakers with Dolby Atmos sound fantastic for movies, making it a better media machine than the Fire HD 10, but the Snapdragon 680 processor inside is just okay, and cannot keep up with the iPad for gaming. You get a full Android experience, which is far more flexible than Amazon's Fire OS, so if you prioritize a big smooth screen for media over the raw power of the iPad, this is a seriously compelling option. Next, we're going to take a look at the best options in the $300 to $450 range. First, we have the Apple iPad 10th General. The A14 Bionic chip inside feels super snappy and responsive for everyday tasks and even some light gaming, but you're stuck with a pretty basic 60Hz display, which feels a bit dated next to the others. I love the premium metal build and the sharp liquid retina display. However, that display is not laminated, which means there is a noticeable air gap, and the support for only the first generation Apple Pencil with a clunky charging dongle is a real letdown. You get access to the incredible app store, which is a huge plus, but with a starting storage of only 64 gigabytes and no included accessories, the total cost can quickly climb well beyond the initial price, making it feel less like a budget pick. Next, we have the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE. It immediately stands out because it includes the excellent S Pen right in the box, and its display runs at a smooth 90 Hz, making scrolling feel way better than on the iPad. Having full IP68 water and dust resistance on a tablet at this price is an incredible feature for peace of mind, though I did find its Exynos 1380 processor can feel a step behind the iPad when you're pushing it with heavy multitasking or demanding games. Samsung's One User interface is packed with productivity features like DX mode that the others can't match, yet some might find the software a bit busy compared to the simpler on the iPad or OnePlus. Finally, we have the OnePlus Pad Go. This tablet is all about its huge 11.35-inch screen, which not only has a high resolution, but also that buttery smooth 90 Hz refresh rate, making it an amazing device for watching movies, especially with its quad speakers. Its unique 7:5 aspect ratio is fantastic for reading web pages and documents, but you have to accept that its MediaTek Helio G99 chip is the least powerful of this trio, so it is definitely not the one I would pick for gaming. This is often the most affordable option here, and a true media powerhouse for the price. However, it lacks the raw power of the iPad and the included productivity tools of the Samsung, really positioning it as a specialized content viewing device. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $450 to $700 range. First, we have the OnePlus Pad. I immediately noticed its unique 7:5 aspect ratio screen, which is fantastic for reading, and the 144 Hz refresh rate makes everything buttery smooth, though it is an LCD panel instead of an OLED. The performance from its Dimensity 9000 processor is seriously impressive for the price, flying through apps and games, and it recharges incredibly fast with its 67-watt charger, but you are stuck on wireless fidelity only as there is no cellular version available. It feels more premium in the hand than its price suggests, offering a ton of power for less money than the iPad or Samsung, but be prepared to shell out extra for the magnetic keyboard and stylus, which are not included. Next, we have the Apple iPad Air 5th General. The M1 chip inside this thing is an absolute monster for performance, feeling faster than both the OnePlus and Samsung. However, the screen is locked to a choppy feeling 60 Hz refresh rate, which is a real letdown at this price. You get access to the best tablet-optimized app library out there with iPadOS, which is a huge plus for productivity, but the base model's 64 gigabytes of storage feels almost unusable in this day and age, and fills up way too quickly. The build quality is fantastic as you would expect from Apple, and it supports the great Apple Pencil 2, yet you have to buy that pencil and a keyboard separately, making it the most expensive total package of the three. Finally, we have the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus. Its biggest win is the included S Pen right in the box, which is amazing value, and the huge 12.4-inch screen is great for movies, even if its Exynos 1380 chip feels a clear step behind the power of the OnePlus, and especially the iPad Air. I love that this is the only tablet here with an IP68 water and dust resistance rating, giving you peace of mind the others can't, though its 90 Hz screen is smoother than the iPad's, but noticeably less fluid than the OnePlus Pad's display. Samsung's DeX mode is a fantastic feature for getting work done by turning it into a mini computer, and you can expand the storage with a micro SD card. But this Plus model really is a compromise, giving you a bigger screen while cutting back on the processing power of its more expensive siblings. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you found this video to be helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future.